Hi there, I'm Joel, and I worked with my teammate Chris to come up with a solution for the Moby Grand Challenge that we're calling PortX. And PortX is a distributed ledger technology built with blockchain in order to target the shipping and the porting industry in order to create efficiency. And so what we found when we were doing our research for this project is that there's no standard way for ports to actually schedule dropping off of goods and picking up goods from barges that come into the port. And it's surprising that there's no standard way, but there really isn't a standard way. And so what you find out is that this causes major delays and slowdowns in these ports. And so we were thinking, how can we use blockchain and kind of the distributed nature of that system to, run better efficiency and maybe just a single way of ports and trucking companies to be able to actually book time to come into the port and grab their goods. And so that's what we did. We built this on top of Corda, which is a open source framework for blockchain. And let me just kind of show you. So for example, this is the main interface that you'll find at goportx.com. And so if I search for Sydney, this is one of the ports that you can look for. And let's go ahead and schedule a pickup. I'm going to go ahead and do the 16th January, 6 o'clock, and let's say 1 hour. Now we're going to put in some details, and this would be specific to the port as well. And picking up Amex, right? Let's go and submit that guy. Now, one thing to note is that we do have a user interface for this, and I'll get to this in 1 second, but we also have an API. And the long-term vision of PortX is really just having these ports use their existing business systems and hook into our APIs to actually use our functionality. But right within the user interface, you also are able to see all the bookings as well. So there's the description, the terminal number, and then along with that, you have the transaction hash and some other information about that actual block that's now been added into the chain. And so quickly, let me show you the API. This is some of the documentation we have. You really can do every piece of functionality through our API. You can schedule a booking. You can retrieve all the ports, of course, with a query parameter as well, such as I did with Sydney. And you can also find a booking. So here, I wanted to quickly show you an example of this to find the booking that we just created. Now, here I am in Postman. We actually have a collection that we built just for this that people can download and use with our API. And in this case, I've actually gone ahead and filled out this query, but that's searching for the submission that we just created. And as you can see, this is actually the backend data that's coming directly back from our services that we built on top of the Corda blockchain application. And so you can see this is the entry. You can see that the hash as well and some other information along with the details such as the description and the terminal number, what have you. Moving on, the very last part I wanted to touch on was just kind of what's next for us. So I think if we were one of the finalists, we would actually try to find a local port and work with them to understand what their current business systems are, really how easy it would be to integrate, and just to see if we could test this out and maybe get this into a production run just to see what would happen and to see the benefits that would actually happen from an efficiency perspective working with these ports. So that's our project for PortX and the Moby Grand Challenge. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time and have a great day.